I've been thinking a lot lately about what it takes to be a successful runner. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the 5 traits I think that makes a runner successful. Hey everybody, my name's David Waters. I'm the plant-powered runner. Last year I ran a 50-miler and I was so super stoked about my result that I wanted to push myself to see if I could do a 100-mile race. So on my channel, I'm documenting my adventure from being injured all the way to running that race. When I started running, I had no idea what I was doing. I was literally going out and slowly building up mileage, doing a walk-to-run method. But I got injured along the way and it sucked. I wouldn't say I was a weekend warrior, people who just go out for that one run on the weekend. However, I didn't have all the skill or the knowledge or even some of the traits to become the runner that I wanted. I wanted to see my potential. To be a successful runner, there's a few traits that I think, in my opinion and from my experience over the last 6 years, would be. Now, these are just my opinions and I want to keep the conversation going. So comment down below, question of the day, guys. Let me know your thoughts and your feelings about what makes people better runners. What traits do they have?
Tenacious.
Being tenacious, now our wives and husbands would call this being stubborn. And you know what? I wouldn't disagree. I know that I can be stubborn when I want to achieve my goals. So here's a little story for you and how it applies to me. When I was running the Scotiabank Toronto Waterfront Marathon a number of years ago, I hit about kilometer 37. And man, I felt like I was defeated, like I couldn't go anymore. And somehow I dug down deep and I started using my mantras to be able to propel my legs forward. And it was so difficult. It was probably one of the hardest physical things I had to do to be able to finish. But I was stubborn and I wouldn't accept defeat. I paid money. I wanted to finish and I pushed through and I made it happen and I almost qualified for Boston.
Resilience.
Resilience. I've learned this over the last year about myself. Being able to bounce back from injuries, setback, mental health challenges, and everything that comes my way that derails me from achieving my goals. I found myself to be very resilient to be able to find my way back to the sport that I love. This has been a hard year, guys, with injuries that I've had. And to be quite honest, I wish I had understood what I needed to do to make sure I didn't get hurt instead of just focusing on heart rate. Heart rate is one aspect. Maffetone Method is one aspect of running. And yes, it's a very important one, but there's a whole other side of things that you need to pay attention to if you want to be successful.
Consistency.
Consistency. This is one of the things that I've always known in life. Becoming a real estate agent, I had to be consistent in what I did in my marketing to be able to get the business that I needed so I could grow. And so I kind of learned that many years ago. And so when it came into running, the same thing applies. You have to be able to get out and run consistently or walk consistently, be able to see those results. And so if you've got too many days off, what you may find is it's a slippery slope to all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, you haven't even really gone for a run. Like that's what would happen to me if I didn't really pay attention to what I needed to do in my running. You need to have a goal. You need to have a big why in your life if you want to be successful at it. If you want to start a YouTube channel, you have to understand why you're doing that, because there's a lot that goes into making these videos. And guys, show me some love. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, comment, share. All of these things help. So just go ahead, it's simple. Just click it, click. So discovering your why. Like, why did you choose running? Running can be a hard sport. Being able to get up early in the morning and get your run in before work. Or if you're gonna do it after work or in the middle of the day. It's that whole work-life balance. It's a challenge, it's real. I get it, because I go through this every single day. And on top of that, I make these videos. And then I gotta edit them, and then I gotta post them, and then come up with thumbnails that want to make you guys click on the videos, as well as coming up with a title and a description that makes you want to watch them. Like, or it could be my personality maybe, I don't know. But I do my best. So have a big enough why, and you, my friends, will be able to endure any how. And put that into context. I wanted to be successful in my running. I wanted to be fit, healthy, live longer, be able to tie up my shoes without feeling out of breath because I had to suck in my gut. That was awful, right? Having all of these, big weight issues on my mind all the time, right? So that was a big thing for me. Understanding why you want to be able to run, understanding why you want to run. Whether it's a 100-mile race, which is my goal, why do I want to do that? Well, I want to see what my body can do. And I think that would be awesome to be able to achieve, because how many people in the world have run a 100-mile race? Right? No one in my family.
Visualization.
Visualization. Visualization, I find, is very important. And where this comes into play is if you're running a marathon or an ultra marathon, sometimes you have to go to the pain cave. And what I do when I'm in that pain cave is I visualize myself either crossing the finish line, or if I'm running this section of this race that I've never run before, and I don't know where like 10 kilometers or 6 miles are, if I don't know where that is on the course, I literally go in my head and think about my training. Think about my training route and where I've gone and what it looks like, and visualize myself running my training route. And that helps me visualize what it looks like as I'm running. And guys, it saved me so many flippin' times. So visualization is a wonderful tool to help you overcome those challenges during a race. Short-term memory. Guys, it sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. And I know this from experience. If you want to be a successful runner, I find that you have to stop dwelling on your past bad races, your past failures. Your past does not define what your future is. You can learn what happened, but don't dwell on it. Forget it and move on. Because if you allow it into your heart, it will affect you for years to come. I know, because it happened to me. After I failed.
A couple of really tough hills already though. 2 really steep hills and 1 gradual climb.
After I failed to qualify for the Boston Marathon for my second time, I went into this bad headspace and I allowed it to define me, and I didn't run for so long because I got injured and I wasn't motivated. I didn't have the resilience, and I didn't have the short-term memory to forget it and move on.
Focus.
Focused. Successful runners are focused. I wasn't, for the longest time, a focused runner. If you want to be successful, being a focused runner is going to help you. Stay true to your goals. Put in the hard work. Stay true to your running. Be consistent. Stay focused. Don't allow others to derail you, right? If you need to go out for that long run on a Sunday morning, and yet your wife wants to go on a camping trip or go see family, well, guess what? You're taking your running stuff with you so you could run at 3 o'clock in the morning to be able to be finished and showered and ready to go with your wife to hop on a ferry to be able to go to the island where your aunt lives. Yes, that's my story. That's what I had to do, right? You gotta be focused on your goals to make them happen. If it's important enough, you'll make it. You'll do what needs to be done.
Confidence.
Confidence. To be a successful runner, you need to have the confidence to know that you'll be able to run that marathon, run that ultra marathon, whatever that race may be. And to be able to do that, you need to include in your training runs that are going to build that confidence, right? Those building blocks, whether it's a 5K, 10K, half marathon, whatever it is. But make sure you include some of these building block races, these building block training runs to build that confidence, so that way you know you'll be able to endure and achieve your goal once you start. Showing up confident, positive, will allow you to trust your training to get you through the hard times while you're running. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I've talked to a lot of runners. And I find that runners in poorer countries like Kenya or Ethiopia or places like that, they have some flippin' amazing elite athletes. And listening to some of the stories of some of these runners, you know, they've talked about, you know, one of their ways of getting out of poverty was becoming a really successful runner and, you know, winning, you know, the Boston Marathon or the New York Marathon. And that would help them get out of poverty. And sometimes when you have nothing else, right? There's no safety net, nothing that you can fall back on, and you're doing this laborious work, then you do what it takes to become the best. Here's my commercial break. Hashtag follow me on Instagram. Hashtag follow me in our running group on Facebook. Hashtag follow me on Twitter. Hashtag sign up and subscribe to the channel. Like the videos, watch them frequently, learn what you can. And just have fun, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Like always, get out and run. See you next week. Bye.